We've all heard it before. You've seen the big videos of YouTubers giving their takes on this game, calling out the bugs, the AI upscaling, and the overall lack of polish at the time of the game's launch.
Use the Replanted, or whatever the heck it's called. I heard it's buggy, and it's overpriced for what it actually is.
In October of 2025, when Replanted came out, it almost felt like Plants vs. Zombies was back in business. They were finally going back to how it used to be. After the years of microtransactions, controversial updates, and controversial games, fans started to feel like PvZ lost what made it so special in the first place. So a return to the original game that started it all was a great idea, but it had bad execution. A very bad execution. When Replanted was announced, it was all the talk in the community, me included, and it felt like maybe the franchise was being saved. Replanted had so much potential. Replanted finally made us think that they were listening to us. But unfortunately, before the game was even released, there were already major questions and controversies about in the community about the game, such as using AI to make the new HD designs, their biggest selling point, by the way. There were also problems like not hiring the original artist, Rich Werner, who said, "Just saw the post about PvZ reboot. It's cool, but wish someone would have at least contacted me. Kinda sucks. I'd be down to help with it. Whatever, I guess, par for the course." Which is honestly just sad how they didn't even consider hiring the original artist. By the way, there were other artists who weren't included in making Replanted, but most people think of Rich Werner. Another controversy was about how the game was 4 times the price of the original for how little content it added, which was also another big flaw. It didn't really add much to justify the price tag. But there was still some optimism because you never know until you try. And when the game was released, the reactions were mixed, but mostly negative. Many videos were made about how bad the game is and how little it actually added to the original, which I can't really disagree with. And this was supposed to be the game that saves the franchise. I guess that's also with every new Plants vs. Zombies game. But they did add some small updates after hearing the negativity, but there weren't really any major updates that added anything meaningful to the game. The last update was in January, and the game slowly was forgotten about, and the hype was long gone. I haven't been recommended a Replanted video in like actually 6 months. And it just became another failed PvZ game. Which leads us to now. Wait, what is the franchise currently even looking like? And what's the next sign of hope?
Just like any other video game addicted goober on planet Earth, I've been disappointed by many game releases over the years, but I honestly think that Battle for Neighborville is the title that disappointed me the most. This is such a middle of the road 5 out of 10 game. I do not like this game. I didn't like it when it was first launched, I didn't like it when they cut support from it.
Currently, it's kind of strange. On one hand, the franchise is still very recognizable and is still considered one of the best tower defense games. Videos still get millions of views, and Garden Warfare 2 still has a fan base. But on the other hand, the franchise feels directionless. Battle for Neighborville was supposed to be like a Garden Warfare 3, but that was kind of a train wreck. Also, Garden Warfare 2 still does have a fan base, but it's hard to ignore that it's nearly a decade old. Then there's PvZ 3. Yep, you know where this is going. PvZ 3 has gone through infinite redesigns, soft launches, art styles, and other changes. But it's just trying too hard to look like a mobile game, if you know what I mean. And while there are some poor souls who are enjoying it, it's definitely not the massive success they were hoping for. But wait, it's not over. There is a beam of hope. And that beam of hope is us. Well, more specifically, the talented fans working on mods like Reflorested. Fan-made mods and games are very popular in the community right now. They know what the community wants because they are the community, and they can add whatever is actually needed. So with all that being said, what's next for the franchise? Is the community going to lean heavily towards mods and fan creations? Or is PopCap finally going to deliver and give the fans something they actually want and stop thinking for themselves? Well, let's see. If you've been a PvZ fan for a while, you've probably learned one thing: never get your hopes up too high. Replanted and Neighborville are both great examples of this. I'm not trying to be negative, that's just the reality of being a PvZ fan over the years. Every couple years there's a new game that's supposed to be the savior, the new era, the refresher, and every couple years the community feels disappointed. But I don't think PvZ is hopeless or anything. I actually think there are some good possibilities and outcomes. I think the future of the franchise will go one of three ways. Option 1. PvZ 3 comes out and about 14 people play it and 2 of them actually like it. The next Savior game also fails and most of the players stick to the same PvZ games or mods that they are currently playing until they leave the franchise. Videos are still made about PvZ but slowly drop in views over time, and Plants vs. Zombies just slowly fades away. Unfortunately, I do think this is the most likely outcome. Option 2. PopCap finally learns to listen and delivers on the actual wishes of the fan base. They are more honest and generous. I mean, at the end of the day, they are a company trying to make money, and this would benefit the whole fan base because PopCap does have talent, they just use it in the wrong way. And mods are also not super easy for kids with an iPad to play. And mods would no longer be the only enjoyable choice in the franchise. Unfortunately, I think this is the least likely outcome. Option 3. PopCap continues to ignore the fans and players slowly drift to mods. Mods have more players than the official games and more people start making mods and modded games. People still make videos about the new mods and the franchise remains popular, just in a different direction. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I think this is a somewhat likely outcome. In conclusion, Replanted didn't save Plants vs. Zombies, PvZ 3 hasn't saved Plants vs. Zombies, and maybe the next game won't either. But people are still playing, making videos, creating mods, and people still care. And I'm not really sure whether the future of the franchise will be determined by PopCap or the community, but at the end of the day, if you enjoy the franchise, then that's all that matters. Thanks for watching. I typically don't make essay videos like this, so let me know if you want more. Consider subscribing.